The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
And we're back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another glorious Hot 10 on a Friday night with the crew, the Hot 10 crew. We've got Stein, we've got Richie, we've got Yee, we've got Hood, and we appreciate all you guys hanging out with us each and every Friday night here on the Hot 10. As you guys can see, there is some news, some new goodies that you as a House of Stein supporter can take part in, that being the amazing new membership. Stein, talk a little bit about your new membership here.
Yeah, hopefully, first of all, hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. We took last week off because of the holiday, so hopefully everybody had some good food with their family, or if you're or if you're just by yourself, you got some good Chinese carryout or something like that.
Tofurkey.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, you don't eat Chinese food normally on Thanksgiving? Because that's what my family does.
Do you?
We actually, so we have like traditional dishes, and then we have Chinese dishes too.
Really? That's cool.
Every Thanksgiving, it's always a
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We just put everything in a tortilla at my house, bro.
See, I was getting excited being around like Hispanic neighborhoods because tamales everywhere. It's so good.
It's
I
time,
do like
bro.
tamales.
It's tamale time, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we
so
eat tamales on Christmas so we can have something to unwrap, bro. You know?
oh my goodness. Yeah, so if you look right down here, you can now see the little join button, and so right now there's two levels. There's a really cheap level that gets you access to the cool little emojis where you can get McClay, Richie, Yee, and Hood and their little faces. There is not one for me yet because YouTube requires you to have a certain number of memberships before they give you more than 4. So I can add myself later, but I wanted to make sure those guys were on there first before me. So yeah, so you can do that one. The other one is $4.99, and that will get you that. I will also automatically follow you on your Instagram or your Twitter account, or both, whichever one you got. Just got to shoot me what you are, and I will make sure. Yeah. And make sure that it's not some weird bot account or something like that. But as long as it's a legit account, I will join that. We will give you shout outs. At some point we'll probably have exclusive videos. We don't have any of those right now. But probably the biggest one there is the early access to Stein packs. So if you are wanting to make sure that you get one, then that is going to be the way to do it, because they will drop next week, and members will get the code first. So
you said you had different tiers, right?
Right now I just have these 2 tiers. I told Yee I did have a third one set up that was going to be like a slab of the month club. But I don't think but I'm not going to be doing it through YouTube. YouTube takes too much of the money, and I would have to charge you guys too much, and I don't want to do that. So, and I don't want, so I'm not going to do that. But not on YouTube, but we'll do I'll probably eventually have it somewhere. But that will be
Well,
there.
I think the coolest thing, and a lot of people are asking, is the 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, 10 badges. And Stein, I might have to steal these from you because this is so cool, dude. This is one of the coolest things, dude. So if you're a member, if you're a new member, you'll get the 9.4. If you're
which would be everybody.
Yep. And then if you're a member
Everybody
for
right
a
now.
month, you get a 9.6. If you're a member for 2 months, you get a 9.8, and a member of 6 months plus, you get a 10. So seriously, great idea, man.
Hell yeah. Well, you're missing a 9.9 though. Is that the one where we get pictures of your feet?
That's
no
that's only
9.9.
on the that's only on the Discord.
Oh, okay.
That's on his Patreon. You got to pay extra for that.
9.9 feels like the stepchild that like nobody likes because it's like everybody's cool with the 9.8, but the 9.9 feels like you were like,
Feels
you're
like
It's a scam.
yeah.
it feels like a $2 bill, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the middle child, right? It's the middle child of grading.
so-
It's
Well,
like, should I be
but
collecting this? Should I spend this?
But I feel like you're only saying that just because you got a 10 recently. As someone
that's right.
as someone that's gotten a 9.9 before, like
I did get a 10. I actually in the same book I did get a 9.9 on that same book as well. The 9.9 will be in a Stein pack. So if you do want that in a 9.9,
Wait, what did you get a 10 on, Stein?
that Ivan Tao Van Helsing book.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Did you not see that on my Instagram?
Did I press that Ivan Tao?
No. These were all the order I just sent in. They were all unpressed.
Damn it!
Right. So I got there was an unpressed order. So, yeah.
He's
Shout
like,
out.
He's
to
like,
Mrs.
are you sure
Horcock.
I didn't press it? Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Right? No, you didn't press it. Fuck no. Hey, thanks, Ben.
I wonder what the most common reaction or reveal is when people make YouTube videos and they open up their blind CGC and they get a 9.9. Do you go, oh, I got a 9.9? Or do you go, fuck, dude, why didn't I get a 10?
They already know, man. There's a lot of people that look at their grades and then do, let's see what I got and to cover it.
They already
Oh,
know.
9.9, I knew it.
I like
let
watching.
me just
I like watching Andy, Comic Man Andy's reactions on his.
Yeah.
I looked at both of them. I put them right, and I cannot tell the difference between the two. I literally can't.
Oh, so hey, here's a fun fact though: the 9.9 I got was from CBCS,
Oh.
and it has a grader's note on it for a 9.9.
Really?
It looked like
said-
a 9.8, but better.
It says extremely minor edge wear, whatever that means.
Extremely
9.9?
minor.
Yeah, extremely minor edge wear.
Wow.
Edge
Hate to
Very
see what
weird.
they say about all the 9.8s.
What do they think these comics are being delivered straight from the printer, like from printer, and then just in a glass case to the LCSs or whatever? I mean, give me a fucking break, man.
But the funny part, it was my first submission, and that was like 8 years ago, and I still have not hit a 9.9 or 10 since.
Damn.
That was my first submission ever for grading books. So that
like
was
golf.
That was, yeah.
It's like golf, going after the hole-in-one, baby.
Mhm.
Right?
The
Right,
first
man?
time out, going for 18, and you hit like a hole in one on like 2.
Dude,
Dude, seriously,
I
it's
thought I
almost the
was
same
king
thing.
shit. I thought I was king shit when I got a 10 on that Batman Damned, and then
Mhm.
I started hearing about
About all the other 10s.
all the other 10s,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, all right.
Fat Mamba just joined. Congratulations to Fat Mamba.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's see here. I'll just go back through the list that I can see. Make sure if I don't see your name in there, then it's something. So I can see Fat Mamba, Jeffrey Drake. Let me scroll back. Brad Selden.
Oh, wait a minute. Seldon's an attorney. He needs to donate more money. Okay.
AOA. Yeah, so all you guys have already signed up. So if I miss
Brad
somebody,
Selden gets a restored 9.4, bro.
oh, and it says AOA gifted a membership. You can do that.
Yeah. AOA is
He
king
doesn't-
of that, dude. Yep.
Oh man, that is
Well, that throws a
It's
kink in
it's
the
random.
plan, huh?
It's random too.
Is it?
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you guys turn
As
on
soon as I
that
say so.
ability. You have to go into your YouTube and turn on that ability to accept memberships.
So I can go. So it'll just show as something sitting in there, and I just click a button, and it'll just give it to somebody. Is that what I have to do?
It's like a super chat. You pay for it. So he's paying $1 each time for that.
I know, but I mean, how does it get assigned to somebody?
It's random.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to do anything
Whoever's
on
in the
the
live chat gets it randomly if they're not members yet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. Let me see here. Where I'm missing a Drox social stream. Okay, there we go. Yeah, a lot of people dropped free members. So shout out to everybody that does that. We appreciate you guys. AOA is one of the best one of the best. What do they call that thing with the wrench?
Moderators.
One of the best moderators in the game, and also one of our favorite community.
I was going to
members.
say a plumber.
Goddamn best mechanic in the comic community.
I was like, I don't know, plumber. What? I don't know what we're going for
I
here.
was, it's funny. I was thinking the same damn thing, dude.
You'll snake your toilet.
That's how you know Brian and I worked in tech, right?
Right, start messaging AOA. Hey, I've got a leak on my back bathroom sink.
I need some contract work done.
Yeah,
over
can you
my
guide
place.
me through this? I heard you were awesome, like a plumber.
Well,
Can you help me over Zoom?
yeah, it doesn't get much better than that, right? All right, let's get into some of this interesting stuff. We got to start off with, of course, everybody's favorite new segment, our Woe/Blow segment.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we're starting off with a great Woe comic. Let's get into it.
Great Whoa comic? Whoa.
Starting off with Chosen. This is, I guess, based on the battle Chosen in Korea. I hope I'm saying it right. It says, in 1950, a young mail clerk finds himself trapped on a frozen hill that is defended by U.S. Marines who are surrounded by thousands of North Korean soldiers. Victory is no longer an option. Their only hope is to survive long enough to allow the rest of their division to escape to the sea. A true story of the Korean War told in the heightened tone of Frank Miller's 300. And it's got a great cover.
I saw this one I'd never even heard. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. I saw this cover and I was like, man, that is an unbelievable cover. And then I saw the storyline. I was like in the tone of 300. Like this, I got to read this now. Like this seems really awesome.
Like at first you look at it, you're like, oh, David Aha. But then you look close at the character and you're like, no way.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
good.
Yeah. It just, I don't know why. Just some of these war covers, like they just like capture like the feeling of war. Like this one just really captured a war feeling to me.
Yeah.
This is a graphic novel, trade paperback size book. It came out in 2014, released by Machine Gun Bob Productions. So pretty interesting. Otis Frampton is the artist, written by Richard C. Meyer, and Tom Young is the artist for the cover. So,
Oh man, shout out to all the veterans out there, man. And especially if you're in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely.
amen. Couldn't say that enough, brother. Great call on that, Hood. All right, this next one.
This is going to be slightly different than what we just saw. Slightly.
There's a
We need to start
reason.
starting with blow first, and then go to the low.
There's
I
a
think maybe we
reason.
should.
Yeah. You know how parents say earmuffs? Well, eye blockers for all the kids
This
out
might
there.
this might be the worst thing I've ever
Eye
seen.
blockers.
This is so bad.
Oh,
Hold on.
no.
Are we experiencing Rule 34 of the internet right now?
Oh,
Are you gonna reveal it?
Okay, so it's not like a
Does it have a dick?
no. It's not.
Oh.
It's not X-rated. I mean, it is, but I just didn't want to look at it, so I blocked it off.
You know what my problem is that I kind of want to see it.
No, you don't. I'm telling you.
I got to be honest, man. This has always been such a pet peeve of mine, like doing these nudie covers with characters that shouldn't be doing nudie covers with. This Wednesday Addams, like Mario characters, like the Princess Peach. Like I don't want to see those. I don't.
I want to see this.
No, dude.
You do not want to see this.
No.
I want to see Bart's mom with a schlong.
You know that's gonna end up being a cover now, right?
So this I didn't even know anything about this. I just happened to see it like scrolling through, and I was like, oh gosh, I just went blind for a few minutes. What just happened? And then I was like, okay, what is this? So the book is called Yummy, and obviously she's eating a popsicle, and it was a Kickstarter. So I had to go to Kickstarter to find it. So if you really want to see it, there's like 10 different covers of this, and it's all kinds of different like characters. Like
You mean they got Bart doing the same pose?
No. There's no Bart, but there's a whole bunch of other ones, and they're all eating something. Like one of them's eating a carrot, or like it's just a bunch of random things.
Oh,
this
just like
was
phallic items that they're eating.
I guess. But this was literally the worst. Like, so bad. I just couldn't even. I was like, I can't.
That's horrible, man.
Adam, I can't even describe it. There's no description I can give for this one.
I got it already.
Yeah.
It's Rule 34 of the internet.
Dude, I'm cracking up because I'm watching Brian and I already know what he's thinking. And then Joe, man.
It's
Jeez.
terrible. Shout out to Ronnie becoming a new member. Igor becoming a new member. Lots of new members. You guys rule. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here every Friday night, whether you remember.
They just want to use that emoji.
And so, who did the art on this?
I'm not. It's got a signature below her foot. I don't know what it says.
Hit up the artist on IG and say, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna call the cops on you, bro."
Hold on. Here, look. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the chat the link for the Kickstarter site. So if you really want to see it,
No way.
Oh yeah,
you can look at all,
see that.
you can look at all the stupid
Pass.
covers on this thing.
I'm good on not clicking on this.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
Let's
for
see
saying.
it, dude. Come on.
again, so
Nope. Look at it on your own. I don't ever want. That's like watching that video with the guy getting his head cut off. I never watch that because I never want to see that in my mind's eye. I don't want to see this in my mind's eye ever. So we're gonna pass on that.
It's bad. There's like a Sharon Stone. There's a Spider Gwen. There's a what is it? Roger Rabbit. What's her name? Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
But they do it to Spider Gwen. That's stupid. They shouldn't do.
There's a Hello Nurse from Animaniacs. There's Peggy Bundy.
Shout out to John.
Nice. Thanks, John.
What's up, Ronnie?
Hold on, John.
Bullseye Comics in the house.
Who's the creator of this book?
Comic Book Countdown in the house. James Kreider in the house.
Let's see here. The creator is the Creeper.
That's a great name for this cover.
The Creeper.
I mean, if you're gonna hire someone, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is right down in Ronnie's area. This isn't from Clearwater, so this is from Florida.
Oh shit!
I'm not surprised. Florida people, Florida man doing Florida man stuff.
This is a what do you call it? Who's that stupid guy on Whatnot? The Thief.
Oh,
What's his name?
Epic.
Epic.
Yeah, this is his variant of his mom.
It's such a like when you look at these covers, like I said, none of them are like, they're not, like I said, none of them are like X-rated or anything like that, and they're all eating something just random. Like Psylocke is eating sushi.
She should be like dumping beer all over, not a popsicle.
And what's the April O'Neil's eating a piece of pizza, and
that makes sense.
Wednesday's eating a goldfish.
That makes sense.
Okay. I see that.
Just weird.
Zabit says Brian is cool with with a comment. What does it say? Brian is cool with a comic with the N-word, but not camel toe. Lol. Ouch. Jeez, Zabit. Putting me on the spot, bro. Fuck.
We all love camel toe. Come on, man.
I was about to say, man, I'm not a hater of camel toe. Get out of here.
I don't like
not on Marge Simpson, brother.
Yeah, dude. Plus, I prefer moose knuckle, so you know.
Woof.
All right.
Moose knuckle. I've never heard of that. Dude, I'm gonna start calling it moose knuckle now.
All right, let's move on to Buy the Dip.
Hey, Richie.
Oh,
sorry.
All right. Moving on. Buy the Dip. Starting off with one of the biggest Buy the Dip books that we've had on the list in a long time. Probably this is a top 5 all-time variant book, right? Black Panther #1, the J. Scott Campbell sketch, spot color sketch variant. Such a tough con variant. Which con was it? We always bring it up when we talk about it. I forget. It was 2 cons, I think, but this
might have been CT. It might have been C2E2.
Yeah,
3,000. It was limited to, or 1,500.
I don't even know if it was that much.
Okay.
All those partial sketch variants, when they came out, or like even when I discovered them, like way back in the day, they were just really hard to find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you know anything about this book is, I forgot to write what the peak on this thing was.
Definitely a modern blue chip. Definitely.
Well, this week, a CGC 9.8 sold for the lowest price ever by $1,000. So ever, all time, lowest prices ever, even before it went to the moon. This thing sold, a CGC 9.8 sold for $1,400.
Oh shit, dude! I thought you were gonna say 2K. Wow,
1,400 for this, which I forget what this peaked at, but I feel like it peaked at like 7,000 or 8,000.
Yeah, at least
something like that.
Well, here's something about this book. So it says here, the partial sketch cover, according to a Marvel source, was, quote, printed in an extremely low quantity and distributed for free exclusively to fans, end quote. This was apparently given out on the last day of NYCC 2009 in the last panel of the day, Marvel's Your Universe panel. The panel was informal, taking questions from fans, and the panel overran with a significant number of attendees leaving before the end, with the enticement of a free incentive copy of Black Panther #1 not enough to keep them in the room. In hindsight, some will certainly regret that decision. So Marvel will have likely printed enough for all the predicted panel attendees and a little bit more, but very few of these have come to market, making them extremely hard to get a hold of. See, as of the Recalled Comics article in 2017, in January of 2017, he said only 16 recorded gradings as of 2017. So obviously it's doubled probably in that, I imagine. But super, super tough book, man.
Yeah, the high peak was 5K, but
Yep.
this is, like I said, the lowest price this ever sold for before was in 2016 for 2,400. That was the lowest it's ever sold for.
Oh wow.
Shout out to Ricardo Alvarado, Nokazoa Comics. I hope I'm saying that right. He just became a member.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So all right. This is a grail of mine. This is a book that I want to own one day. So it's
Well, it's
always
way more affordable now.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what this sold for, man. It blew me away. I saw it.
But how often do these come up too? As
Not
well?
very often.
Yeah.
Not very. Yeah.
One a year,
Good point.
maybe 2 a year if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we could look at the census on this real
Yeah.
quick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, that might be a good idea, right?
black. I should have probably had this. I'm not very prepared.
I mean, there can't be that many 9/8s, can there?
Let's see here. Black Panther. Was this 2009? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
J.
J.
Scott Campbell.
J. Scott Campbell's probably got like 4 or 5 of them.
4,000 or 5,000. Just kidding.
Just gotta wait for one of his warehouse sales.
Shout out to
Allegedly.
Harvey Danger who just subscribed. Appreciate you.
We're safe if we say allegedly, right?
I mean, that's always been my rule. Like off the record or allegedly.
Got to stay PC. Got to stay PC.
Yeah, PC.
Do they have this listed as sketch cover? Is that how, I'm assuming there are
That's,
Yeah.
a total of 64 on the census, and that includes 26 signature series. So there's only 37 blue labels.
Jeez.
Only 17 9/8s available.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Wow. And this dude sold a unicorn.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
it
I'll
probably
rob
would
a
have been
bank, bro, instead of selling a fucking unicorn.
Mm.
Fuck
It
that.
probably wasn't a good idea to auction it.
Yeah.
I would have just listed it at buy it now price, right? And then do or best offer and take what you're willing to take for it instead of just like, I'll see what the market decides.
Man, you're playing with fire. You start auctioning a grail like that, dude.
Yeah, that's why I love this so much. I mean, we've said it so many times over the last year, along with the live chat. It's a buyer's market, and I
Mhm.
love how Ben and Aaron and I on Mondays we try to spotlight books that might be a good time to make a move. Do you think, Ben? Before we move on, do you think this is the floor?
I don't know. I mean, I think what has killed it has just been people just weren't as excited about Shuri.
Okay.
That killed it. I tell you, like I felt like the TV and movies all kind of just the air got taken out when Chadwick Boseman passed away. The air got taken out of the MCU. That's how I kind of felt. Like that was a gut punch. And honestly, the MCU still hasn't recovered for that because he was basically, with Cap gone and Iron Man gone. I mean, he was
The
supposed to be
leader.
the quarter.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the fucking quarterback, bro.
Yeah. Good
And I
call.
just don't. They had no answer for that. Maybe they thought they did, but too many hands in the pot. Too many people trying to be woke.
Yeah.
And check a box for agendas and.
Yep.
But we're only going to get this turned around with good books, good writing, good art, and good TV and movie. Like hopefully that strike means that everybody coming back, they're going to perform at a higher level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hope so.
Gary Brown's right. Quality counts. All right.
Yeah, it
Next
does.
on Buy the Dip. Wonder Man issue number 1, the first ongoing solo series by Wonder Man. This book, when this book got hot, we laughed on this book so hard, man. It was just, it was like, how is this? This has got to be one of the most one of those overproduced books, so goofy, this and that, and the big free poster, and like this was just like such a funny book to see this book selling for whatever it was at the high. I forget. What was it selling for?
It peaked 9/8 peaked at 200 plus.
Oh my god!
And when this thing got like even close to 100, we were like, like, don't do it, you're wasting your money.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Because the character that first appears in this book, the Better Call Saul guy, plays him, right? Bob Odenkirk, I think his name is. So I think that definitely it kind of like got everybody all MCU spec happy. But I mean, I don't know, dude. I see that dude as a one and done, like
who's asking for
wrong.
Wonder Man? You know what I mean? Like it. I mean.
He's
like,
a cool character in the
Who
comics.
sits down with a producer? I've got it.
Yeah.
Wonder Man. What do you think?
And just and somebody please explain the little barcode thing. What does that even mean? Collectible, cool, calm. What does that mean?
Cool, calm, collectible. That's how it's supposed to be
lame.
said. Yeah.
That
lame.
is
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
terrible.
what? It's triple C, bro.
Well, why did they make it? Okay, so then they didn't even like
It's 98 scrap
dramatic-
heartaches. Don't think about it.
yeah, but it's not even in the right order. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this dumb book sold for 9/8, sold for 200 at the peak. This week at 9/8 sold for $25, which is probably where
No way. Wow, I would actually probably, if I saw that for $25 and the dude's like, buy it now, it is a 9/8, I probably would grab that.
$25
because it's $25. I mean,
Cheaper than grading.
you know what I did notice on this cover, that which is actually, it's just, I wish that collectible cool calm wasn't there. Fucks everything up. The free poster inside thing fucks everything up. But I really like the fact that they start the story, because that's Bob Odenkirk is the first appearance character that he's supposed to be playing in the Wonder Man series is in this book. And this is the storyline of what the MCU is supposed to be originated from the source material of Wonder Man going to Hollywood. Well, I think it's pretty cool that the cover has them, like, you know, you got the film crew in the back and you got the Hollywood sign. So that's pretty cool. I like that.
I always liked the character of Wonder Man in the comics. I thought he was a good character. He was not a major character, but I liked the idea of the character. And I always liked when what's it called when he goes into that form, not diamond form, but something where he like gets that pink form. I forget what that's called. Chat, let us know. I always thought his Marvel Legends variant, where he's in that pink translucent form, that's super cool. But I can't remember the name of it. All right, that's a huge dip.
Is there not a newsstand version for this?
Probably.
Yeah, I've not seen
There
one.
is. Yes, there is. There is.
Okay.
Is there?
Yes, there is.
Well, and then so if you bought the newsstand, you wouldn't have to worry about the cool calm collectible.
There you go.
But like Brian said, that's a major dip. And I mean, are we even pulling the trigger at $25?
No,
Do we have any?
I'm not buying this book. No. I might buy it for $25 to flip it for $50. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing.
No, I'd rather just spend $25 and get a different book graded.
Yeah. Any other book I have, right?
Yeah.
Any other book, I could just randomly pick one out of a box and be like, okay, I'll spend my $25 on that.
Yeah. All right. Next on Buy the Dip, Star Wars #1, the original from 1977. This book, a classic. You know, it didn't get much love until about 5-6 years ago. It was all like the Star Wars Marvel run was always like fodder. It was always dollar bin fodder. People really didn't love the comics, and you know, then people realized that they should love it. They're super cool. A majority of like the first 20-something issues were written before anybody really knew what the movie was about. So you see a lot of off things, like a red lightsaber in Luke's hand and Obi-Wan's hand there, and you know, a Vader's eyes. Like there's all kinds of funny things you can find in these first issues, but they're cool books. And then they went sky high. What was the peak of this in a 9/8?
These peaked for 9/8 at 7K. There was actually a couple sales higher than 7K, but in general, yeah, they kind of peaked at 7K.
Dang, I should have sold my 9.6.
Yeah, but this week, a 9/8 sold for the lowest since, well, in almost 3 years, since February of 2021. A 9/8 sold this week for 2,900. So that's less than half of what the peak. Now you may still think 2,900 is too much because this was a high printed book for sure.
The census numbers are ridiculous on this.
Oh,
yeah, but it's a high printed book, but it was probably a highly read and
Yes.
fondled book. you
Oh
know?
yeah, big time.
Grossly undervalued for so many years. Like it rose so high because people finally started saying, "Hey, this should be something," you know?
No.
Well, so I got a 9.6. You want to guess how much I paid for it? Like, and this is
$100.
Yep.
Oh,
$100.
Whatnot days. Yeah.
Before
Okay,
Whatnot. This was before Whatnot too.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Maybe
All
like
right.
2 years before that.
So this is the census numbers on Star Wars 1. There are no 9/9s or 10s.
Huh.
So
Really?
9/8s, 813 blue label, 112 signature series. 9/6s, 2,208. 9/4s, 2,433. Total census on this with everything. There's been 16,558 of these created.
Well,
There's a 0.5 out there.
well, you got to
Yeah.
think those 9.4s. Those 9.4s, you could probably take that number and cut that in half because they became 9.8s and 9.6s.
You think it was all CPR? Or a good portion?
Absolutely. In those 2-3 years, I pressed so many fucking Star Wars ones, man. It's like, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
and then
that's a tough high 9.8 though.
Fuck
That
yeah.
black is. You know what I always thought in the back of my mind, just to kind of add what Joe was saying is, I think it kind of sucked, like all the fucking weird reprints too.
Oh, yeah.
book. You had the. I mean, it's cool for the
Whitmans.
rare ones, like you got the Whitman, actual Whitman first print, and you actually have the price variant. Those are cool. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the second and the reprint inside the thing, and then you have to go into the splash page. And then you had the movie showcase reprint, right?
Well, you
Like
can
2
look in
years later.
You can look in the corner box too, because the reprints say reprint in the corner box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you still look at that 35-cent price variant. There still is no 9.8 of that.
Damn.
Zero.
Wow.
And
2 9.6s. That's it.
Now, on
wow.
the label, Ben, do they have first appearance of Luke Skywalker, first appearance of Darth Vader, Princess
Question.
Leia?
no.
All it says is part 1 of Star
Yeah.
Wars: A New Hope
See,
movie
and,
adaptation.
and that's a miss. That's a miss big time because
No.
if they would have leveled up that label, like why wouldn't you put a first appearance on there? That's a big deal. People like that ups the value when you're recognizing, hey, this is why this is a key. I mean, Luke Skywalker is still coming out in Marvel Disney properties, man. They're still making figures of all of these characters.
Well, the originals were like they're in a magazine like Boba, or were they in the children's books?
No, this is their rookie cards, bro. I mean,
Okay,
this
so
came
this
out
is their
before the
rookie cards,
movie.
and so this it doesn't say anything on the label,
Nope.
nothing. So it's just like Star Wars 42, basically.
basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they could at least said first in U.S. Comics or Marvel. You know what I mean? Like,
But it's weird because don't they do that for like issue 2 for like Obi-Wan? And
Did they put first appearance of Obi-Wan?
let me check.
I can't remember.
See,
I've owned it
because,
many times, never.
Like
read
He's
it's
it.
on the
gone
cover
back
there.
and acknowledged newsstands on comics, right?
Yeah, like any newsstand now.
Right.
Yeah.
But they won't go and put first appearance of characters on there. Like, Brian, you should put that down for the next question on Matt Nelson's
Yeah,
interview.
that's a
What-
good one.
So for those of you guys that don't know, we're
it's-
putting together a link of questions from Matt Nelson. What was it that you wanted me to put on there?
How come he's not acknowledging, or the CGC team is not acknowledging the first appearance of the Star Wars characters on
We asked
Star
him.
Wars 1, 2?
We asked him about that on the Boba Fett one, and I forget what he said because I think they sometimes. Oh, I can't remember. They do say it though when they grade the magazine copy, right? Of
Yes.
Empire Strikes
Yes,
Back.
the
They say
magazine.
first Boba Fett on there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I just looked up issue 2. It is a Whitman one, but it says part 2 of Star Wars 2: A New Hope.
New Hope.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So let me check to see if there's a first print. Okay. The
Interesting.
person wrote it on. No, it just says the same thing too.
And it wasn't a New Hope when that book came out. It was just Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but CGC didn't exist, when the book came out. So it's like
right. But if you're
researchers-
acknowledging that it's called A New Hope,
Uh-huh.
right, which like is later on in the years, why wouldn't you acknowledge the first appearance of the characters?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. Good
I don't
point.
know. I think it's a case for Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she would get this done in 5 minutes, man.
Could you imagine if on Return of the Jedi, that miniseries, if they ended up writing Revenge of the Jedi or whatever on as the title?
I was disappointed as a kid that it wasn't Revenge of the Jedi. I wanted Luke to cut off Vader's
So did
fucking
I.
head, dude.
Yeah. Well, that was the plan. Like if you
I
go
mean, that
back
threw
and
me
look,
off, dude.
yeah, it was
You know,
supposed to
it's
be
like, what the-
dark, but then
The fuck are
George.
these teddy bears, man?
It was supposed to be dark, but then George got all that action figure and all that money in on all the toys, and he went, "Ooh, kids are watching this. I can make a ton of money off of them if I make it less dark and put in these teddy bears." That's exactly what happened, in my opinion, man.
Well, and then they made 3 movies off of that afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, well, all right. Next on Buy the Dip, Usagi Yojimbo Ice and Snow. This is the preview edition. The King Saladine gold foil, limited to 250 supposedly. Very interesting. I remember talking about this book when it came out. Limited to 250 right there on the cover. Shout out to Chloe's Comic Swag, who just became a member. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Welcome to the 9.6 level, Chloe's Comic Swag.
Ooh.
Oh, and Justin Shannon was gifted a membership.
There we go. Shout out to Justin. Nice. But yeah.
Yeah.
When did this come out?
so-
San Diego? Was it San Diego?
This came out of San Diego. So it's kind of, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but generally on these Buy the Dips, usually I was only putting on here if they were hot at one point. So
Right.
like they had to have been like a book that people wanted. And this was hot. Raw, when these came out, Raws were selling for 75 to 100 on this. People wanted this. I never really was that big of a fan of the cover. It looks odd to me for some reason. It looks very wooden or something. I'm not really sure. I don't really know the term to use on the cover. I wasn't a big fan of the cover. But yeah, Raws of this were set when they came out, and it's just this year. 75 to 100. This week is CGC 98 sold for $30.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Really?
I would
Yeah.
buy that for 30 for sure.
Fuck yeah, I would. Shit.
This art looks like it was thrown onto like a daycare center or something like that.
I like it. It's all right.
I mean, but I'm only saying that too because I saw the Sakai cover, or I have the Stan Sakai cover.
Yeah.
It's like probably like double the print run, where I think it's like 500, and I like that cover a lot better.
Who is King Saladin? Was he like an artist that originally drew something in the Usagi? Because I remember, didn't they have that panda character in the Usagi Yojimbo universe that got his own Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy, and then there was some talk about it being optioned. You remember that character? I forget the name of that character. Fuck. Anyways.
Well, they did it. They did the series. They did the series on Netflix. That happened, right? This Usagi stuff.
Oh, the Space Usagi.
The Space
yeah.
Usagi, yeah.
Okay, so that's a different. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but if you watch the series, there's flashbacks of Usagi in it, but it's like never like it's just like memories and like flash forward, fast cut scenes and stuff like that, and it's not really action moving.
Gotcha.
It's just
Yeah.
like memories and stuff like that. Yeah. It's pretty cool though. So it's definitely a kid show.
Yeah. Jersey to the Bay has just become a 9.6 level member. Congratulations. All right, here we go. Moving on. Next on By the Dip, The Savage She-Hulk, issue number 1. Oh boy, this book was... It was crazy when everybody was going nuts for it, man.
Yeah. Oh, so remember we were just talking about print runs of Star Wars. So let's go. I mean, CGC numbers of Star Wars. So let's just look at CGC numbers for She-Hulk number 1. So yeah. So Star Wars had 813 9/8s. There are 2,652 9/8s blue labels of this. 3,469 9/6s.
Jesus.
Yeah. Super plentiful book. But it is definitely fallen on hard times. This week it hit the lowest price. This is pre-COVID. So lowest price since summer of 2018. A CGC 9/8. I should have looked again what this thing peaked at. Crap. Savage She. Let's see. 1980. This peaked at. I'm gonna make the suspense. My computer would go.
$3,000.
It was a lot.
I bet you that's
It
close.
was a lot.
I bet you that's close, dude.
2,300. So 2,000, 2,300.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It sold this week for $260
Wow.
for 9/8.
Jeez.
I don't think I'd even buy it at that. That's
So
terrible.
how far back did it jump back down to prices like 2018, 2017, something like that?
It was the lowest that I could find since 2018. But then there was crap. Where's my GPA? Oh, there it is.
And the show sucked.
But even back into 2014, there were sales of 400 for this. So all the way back to 2014. Now, before 2014, the highest sale ever was 175 for a 9/8. No, yeah, 175 was the highest. So after 2014, it was, kind of considered a, $300 plus book, basically.
Yeah.
Now,
Ben,
there were obviously.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was
No, you're good.
Your data, are you seeing any differentials between the newsstands and the directs? Or is it just kind of
it doesn't. They don't have on GPA. They don't have or they do have newsstands. Or let's see, the newsstands.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have only calculated because it's not like a price.
Probably, yeah. So a newsstand just sold for like $430 in November 15th, which is really low for that too. Yeah.
Wow,
So not much cheaper to get the direct.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys understand if that show was really good and you felt good after watching and maybe you watched it again, that book wouldn't be plummeting. I mean, you got to know that, right? It's this the TV shows and the movies, man. Like you need both properties. I mean, they're helping each other. It's like people want to feel good about the comics that they're gambling or investing on, like, oh, that was a good show. Hey, I got a 9/8 of that book. Oh yeah. And it's a good conversation piece, but now it's just, oh man, you got a 9/8. That show fucking sucked, bro. It's like,
and it got progressively worse.
I don't think it was
it was okay. The first half season I thought was okay.
It had some good parts to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't unwatchable. It was just some of the stuff you were like when they started doing the twerking thing, that was like That was
Okay.
really dumb.
Yeah,
Like that was really.
Like, I'm convinced, these writers were unhappy at making what they made, right? So they systematically plotted to ruin
We're
these
gonna ruin it from
Marvel.
the inside.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean,
it's,
I thought when they broke the fourth
it's
wall,
almost like
cool.
it was done on purpose. They were that bad. Anybody watch Secret Invasion? That fucking sucked. It was so bad.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was a lot better than She-Hulk.
Oh man,
I thought it was a lot
was
better than
bad.
She-Hulk. I can see where a lot of people can think that show is bad, but I don't. I wanted to stay on this character because
yeah, I'm sorry.
how much shit? No, I didn't mean it that way. I was just saying how much hedge or equity has the MCU put behind this new twist of Daredevil, right? He's got the new suits, the yellow. We're talking about him. Wilson Fisk, fucking what's his name? D'Onofrio's back. Everybody's pumped. Even Echo's looking good. Everybody's pumped. And then they fucking had him in that stupid She-Hulk fucking series do a one-night stand with her. And then at like 7 a.m, when everybody's walking their dog and shit, he's walking home in his costume with no shoes. And he looks like he's 5'2". Like, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, this guy is supposed to be built up as like a street level mysterious kind of fucking vigilante, and you made him look like a fucking 2-pump chump here in a sec. I was really disappointed in that.
Yeah, well, look at what's happening with Disney, man. Bob Iger's coming out and specifically saying, we messed up. We weren't listening to what fans and what the market and what the people out there watching these movies really want. We need to be better about writing good stories. He came out and he said that. So,
did he say we or our writers? Because I don't think Iger takes responsibility for anything.
Yeah,
and it's not like they don't have a guide. There's plenty of source material, great stories to pull from. Like, it's not like, man, I really don't understand the character. Like, there's plenty of source material to pull from, man.
Well, look at what Taika Waititi came out and said recently.
Oh yeah,
these these big movie production houses and these directors and even some of the actors, they don't give two craps about the source material. And that's a problem when the source material has such a huge fan base based on the source material, So
right.
Yeah. Dave's Collection says he's the boss and he will have final say. Yeah, he will. We'll see if it's worth keeping him around for because, he's been ousted before. But all right, that is Buy the Dip. Make sure you guys do yourselves a favor. Go and check out Richie's YouTube page, Spec Media. He's doing great things over there, putting out great content on a regular basis. You can find all of his stuff below in the description below, so make sure you guys go check it out. He is getting close to 1,000 followers. He's at 774 subscribers.
Oh, real quick. Check out the shorts. We still have our contest open, even though we said we were going to run it a while ago. So we extended that. So it's a giveaway for the...
Yeah, you should run that. Yeah. Sorry, my dad has been sick. My dad's been sick, and but we're going to have a show this week. So...
Yeah. So,
man, you guys still have that?
I haven't given it away yet. Yeah, but there's not a lot of comments. Yeah, there's not a lot of comments on there, so still writing.
I tell you what, we get Richie to 1,000, I'm giving away a slab.
There we go, 2 slabs. So 774 subscribers, you guys. Find the link below. Go check out his channel. He's been putting out great content. He's been helping them do some good content over there. Always putting out great spec stuff, which a lot of people are still looking for. So if you're loving that speculator comic book talk and even a little bit with the card talk too, make sure you guys go check out Spec Media with 2 S's, and you can find the links below. Good stuff. All right, let's get into it. The Almost 10. And we're starting off with a good one. Amazon's Attack, issue number 2, the Georgiev 1 in 25 variant. That's a beautiful cover, man. I like that one. I like the way the lasso looks. I obviously love the way she looks. DC just does great covers. And that's a good one.
Yeah, this one just came out this week. 125, very, very few sales, which is why it's on here. The only stuff I could find was for 60, which is pretty good for a 1 in 25. Just not very many of them out there. So I don't know how many stores ordered 25 copies of Amazon's Attack. And I don't believe there's any store variants for this. So
Is it still Yara Floor? Or is it someone else now?
Yeah, Yada Floor.
Yeah,
Yada
that's right.
Floor.
Oh.
And that's a number 2 issue? Number 2 issue.
Number
Oh,
2.
Yeah.
Now that's yummy.
Almost looks 3D because of her hair. I don't know why, but maybe
Kinda.
it's the back. Maybe it's because of my color things I have going on. But yeah,
No, I can see
yeah.
it. I see what you're talking about.
Okay.
Justin put, I don't love her face, but the rest looks good.
Yeah, man, that's a good looking cover. What is this going for
So
right
what'd you
now?
call it?
Secondary, yeah, 1 in 25 just came out.
Like 60.
Wow.
But sales very, 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 very limited. So
Oh, okay.
so it's hard to track on this one so far.
That
So
makes
are we
sense.
calling this the Butterface cover?
I don't know. Her face isn't that bad. I don't think it's
I
that
didn't
bad.
think it was bad.
Yeah. But, there are some of that. Mr. Marv says, humble brag, I got mine for 16. Nice. That's a score. Nice
Yep.
score.
But are you gonna keep it or are you gonna sell it?
Mauve?
I would sell this book probably. Buy 2 more. If I got it. But maybe he's got it just to keep it, that type of thing. So
No.
Yeah. If you can't draw it better, it's not that bad. Great comment by Dave's Collection.
Yeah, that is good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All
Yeah, I
right.
can draw it just as good as Peach Momoko.
Yeah. Well, there you go. First on the list of the almost 10. Listen, you guys, we got 194 here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. I think we're on, what are we at on our thumbs up? We are only at 52 likes right now, 58 likes. We have 198 here, and we only have 58 likes. Let's try and get to 100 likes by the time we end the almost 10. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got some interesting stuff to announce later in the show. All right, moving on. Next on the almost 10, a gorgeous cover by E.M. Gist. X-Men Blue Origins, issue number 1, the Virgin 1 in 50. And I did check out this issue. Very interesting issue right here. Explaining a lot on the origins of not only Mystique, but Nightcrawler, right? If I'm remembering correctly. And man, that cover is good. Even the regular with the trade dress of this is good. They did a good job with the color choice of the trade dress.
Yeah, Gist is excellent.
Oh.
Yeah, very, very good. This one's a 1 in 50. I'm selling for about 55, so a little bit above ratio, but not much. But again, I wish they would just do, if they're going to do a version of this, just don't put it as one with a trade dress.
Yeah.
Don't even give anybody the option to buy it one way or the other. Just sell it as one. If you're gonna make it one of the 1 in 50s, yeah. Don't make it the regular cover.
Yeah. Or to open the order cover, because then
Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah, because it takes away from it too. Then right, like it's not scarce anymore, and then everyone has one. Like it's like everyone gets a trophy at that point.
What are the silhouettes on the cover? Are those her alter egos?
Yes. That's her changing things she's changed to before type deal.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it's interesting. Very, very interesting. I agree with Stein though, 100%. This whole thing of a virgin cover has been lost on how they're printing it. Right? It's that idea has been lost. It's not cool anymore for most things. If you're gonna just print one with the trade and one with the virgin, also.
Well, then don't forget the second print one as well.
I know.
And then there's a black and white, and then a 1 in 25, like partial virgin cover or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Black and white.
OJ Pimpson says 100% incentives should have unique cover art. Couldn't agree more. So, I think there's very hard to find any bad Mystique covers. There's really not very many, man. She's such a great character to draw. So, Man Cave Comics has just become a member. Appreciate you. So,
oh man, people love these emojis.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's the selling
I
for
forgot the
again?
foil one. Dang it. I forgot the convention foil one. Thanks, Justin.
What's it selling for again?
55.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I would wait for these to go down, but even if you have to pick one up for 50, 55, I wouldn't feel bad about this, but it will go down for sure. So, all right, moving on. Oh, Alice Never After, issue number 5, the Souza Micah 1 in 25 Virgin. Even though trade dress on this, just like the last one, looks great. I wish it would have kept the trade dress and not done the Virgin and just made the trade dress of this the 1 in 25. It would have been better, but Souza Micah has really upped her game. And I think she's going by Micah Souza on a lot of stuff too, I noticed. Maybe she's decided to, change it to her real name. She just flipped the two in the past. So you guys let me know in chat if she's doing that. I think that's awesome. Either way, how she's upping her game has been amazing. Yeah.
What is her actual first name?
Micah. I think her first name is Micah, but she goes by Micah. I believe that's her first name, and then Souza is her last name. But I don't know if it's like her given, but I think she just flipped the two names for her art stuff, and she goes by Souza Micah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is this a Clockwork Orange homage on acid?
I think it's the whole key. Wasn't there a moment in Alice in Wonderland with the keyhole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big keyhole.
I was just joking around.
She took the mini mushroom thing.
Yeah, isn't that when she got tiny or big? Yeah.
She took, or maybe when she got big, she took the Mario mushroom.
And I have not seen Alice in Wonderland probably in 40 years. So I wouldn't even remember I don't even remember what the characters are.
Was that movie made by people who trip, Brian?
Disney. It was made by Disney.
No, I know, but do you think like the people that
Oh, Disney.
You think it's
Fantasia?
pure coincidence? It's pure coincidence then?
Are you going to tell me Fantasia?
I think that was... When was Fantasia and Alice in Wonderland made? It was probably before the 60s, right?
Before Acid was even conceived?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
when did Hoffman make that? Oh,
60s?
This is way off subject. It was the 60s.
Yeah.
We're way down a rabbit hole. Oh, fun. There we go.
Oh,
I brought it back.
Oh my gosh. Man, he is pouring the dad jokes out tonight.
I had coffee earlier. I didn't take a nap.
I do agree with late night comics on this one. This would be a great acetate cover.
Yeah. That would look cool. Yeah.
You can do it. Acetate gate, right?
But it's gotta have that full like psychedelic background for when you lift up the keyhole.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this a die cut? Maybe this is. I don't think it's a die cut, but if it is, it makes it better. Dave, you collect Souza Micah books, don't you? So, yeah, you lick the cover. Oh, bro. Oh, if they did a blotter paper variant of this. I still need my Hive blotter paper book. I still haven't got that. I need to get one of those.
What's a blotter paper?
It's a sheet of acid.
Yeah, it's a stuff.
Or a sheet of LSD.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the paper. It's a little.
Am I the only dumb one who didn't know that?
No.
You're probably the only responsible one that hasn't done drugs like that.
Yeah. What's it selling for? 55 again? You said, right? No,
No, this one's 30 plus.
30 plus.
This is 1 in 25.
1 in 25. Okay.
Yeah, the Gist was 1 in 50. So yeah, this one's 30 plus.
Yeah. Like it a lot. All right, moving on to Basic Instinct issue number 1. This is the Chuma Hill 1 in 50. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Surprised that they're doing this movie as a comic, but it makes for great covers, that's for sure. And this one is I don't know, man. Yeah.
They should have gone with a photo variant.
Yes. With a big
this
black
one's not
square
my
over
this
it.
one. The 1 in 10 is better than this one. The all red cover.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
But
Look at Red Hood
but
dropping a
Sumerian's one-
$4.99 super chat.
Sumerian 1 in 10s have all been like amazing. Like, because if you think back to the American Psycho, the business card was the 1 in 10.
Right. Hood, why are you dropping super chats? You're sitting on the show.
He wants a return on his investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was trying to give myself a shout out, bro.
Hey, shout out to Hood.
Who's sitting right down there.
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, we're gonna cut that one. For sure.
Yeah, this one's 1 in 50. This one's selling for 60. All these Basic Instinct ones, when everybody started buying the American Psycho ones off their website, they bought all the Basic Instinct ones pre-sale, so you couldn't even get this one on their website like you could the American Psycho ones. But
Are they going to have a hair pie issue?
I doubt it. Doesn't look like it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think you're good on that one, my friend.
Or one of like a sports flick card where you like
A lenticular.
lenticular, and you could see the legs open and close, open and close. Right.
And
Hey,
then it's
not
scratch
even
and
getting
sniff.
paid by these people, man. I got great ideas, man. You know.
You got to move it left to right, so it's like the legs uncrossing.
See,
and then
now there
crossing
you
back.
go, and that's why we're together here, because we
We come up with good concept ideas for comics.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's listening, god damn it.
But once we see that, we'll know what they were watching, right?
Oh my god. How much is this one selling for?
60.
Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, moving on. Red She-Hulk, number 61, the Aaron Williams 1 in 50 from 2013. A book that I thought was super ugly when it came out, and I still think it's super ugly. Ugh. Ugh.
It is a weird one for sure. Doesn't quite have the same. It doesn't hit the same as that Ian Gist
No.
Mystique transformation cover. This one doesn't really look the same. Yeah, but this one is these Red She-Hulk 1 in 50s that were way late in the run are really hard to get.
Yes.
It looks like my mother-in-law, bro.
Well,
What?
you can't tell me that you and Long Short aren't the same person, because we had this on Long Story Short. No, I'm not. I'm just.
Did you really?
No, we didn't.
Hey, that would literally not even surprise me. Yeah, 250 raw on this. This is what this sold for this week. So
Like somebody actually was happy they bought it, dude. You know what I mean? I got it for 250. Oh, okay, that's good, bro.
what's bad is you actually look at it. You look at the middle one. She looks great in that one.
Yes.
Like really great.
Yeah.
Maybe that
Like
was
if you could just like
that
can
was
you like
his,
airbrush the final product out?
maybe that was his thing. He's like, I really got to make this really ugly, and he
Well,
succeeded.
you gotta get
yeah.
You gotta get
I
the
mean,
Greg
there's
Horn.
people out there that probably collect fucking fugly covers, you know?
You gotta get the Greg Horn remark where he like blacks out like the entire half of the cover so you don't see it anymore, and he draws in like some cool, like some cool design or something like that.
Aaron Williams is the artist on this one. So
Yeah, I like Brooklyn's Red She-Hulk Karen.
yeah. Yeah, that's funny. It looks like Peter. It's like Peter Griffin as the Red She-Hulk. Yeah, it's rough.
Who is this? Adams? Is it Adams?
Williams.
The artist? Oh, it's William.
Aaron Williams. Yeah. So 250, you said?
250.
Wow. Be on the lookout for those Red She-Hulk variants from the 2010s. They're rare.
Wow.
Yeah. So, man,
Oh my god.
that's rough. All right, moving on. This one's cool. The Sound of the Coming Darkness from Blackbird Comics in May of 1994. Tell us a little bit about what this one sold for, Stein.
Yeah, I don't even know what this book is.
I'll tell
And it's
you.
not like this sold for, it didn't sell for like a huge amount. Sold for $35. But this is one of those that you're just like, what is this?
So,
And this looks like a McClay book
right?
for some
It
reason.
does. It totally does.
It's got the skull, bro.
It says this is from Bill Fountain. It is his first graphic novel, and I guess it's a sequel of sorts to Edgar Allan Poe's short story called "The Cask of Amontillado." I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I doubt it, but which I find very interesting already. And it says. Once upon a time, there was a frustrated, angry man who took all his problems and all his pain and sealed them up behind a brick wall. Rest in peace. The end. Once upon a time, there was a frustrated young woman who had been pushed far beyond the point of reason, who had been hurt so bad she abandoned all hope. That's about the time she heard the voice behind the wall. There is a fine line between rage and insanity, almost as fine as that line that separates that which is real and which is not. Lisa has just discovered those lines. A few desperate moments, an almost human whisper, a savage violation. Suddenly, all lines blur. Pain becomes flesh, despair becomes vengeance, and anger becomes a dark, rotting creature entombed behind a very old brick wall. So there you go. Pretty crazy.
It is
Man, that's
crazy.
the type of shit a serial killer writes, bro. You know?
Well, what do we know about the creator, Bill Fountain? Let me take a look here.
Hey, shout out Bill Fountain.
He didn't give a super chat. He gets no shout outs.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Bill's next work was on Justice League 18. Career over.
All right, let's see here. I can't find much on him. I don't know if the chat knows much about him. So there's not much out there that I can find.
I bet,
Well,
I bet
yeah.
you he's dead. I bet you he's dead, bro.
Creator of the fountain pen.
Yeah.
And then with that, he wrote this book.
And drew it with the fountain pen.
Well, how much did that sell for, by the way?
35
Wow.
Probably Bill bought it.
Bill
on the
Fountain.
grave.
Yeah.
The owner of his estate.
Yeah, he might be. Is he dead? He might be dead. Who knows?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he might be dead. So.
He's watching. He's like, I'm still alive.
I'm still alive, McClay.
Yeah. So there we go. He's from Croatia. That's where the fountain pen was from. I doubt that's real, says Sequential Geek.
Yeah, McClay read that like he was confident, like, oh, he's from Croatia, because that's where the fountain pen is from.
Yeah,
Crap. I gotta
yeah.
try.
He's in the chat now. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. He actually is? No.
Oh,
Dave's collection. Multiple
Trolled
great
again.
comments. Yeah.
I can't wait for his account name to show up. And
Yeah.
like by the time like the actual Hot 10 starts.
How much did this sell for?
35.
$35.
I think it's going down. I think it sold for 34.
McClay asked me that one 4 times on this book.
Are you sure it sold for fucking 35?
cannabis, baby.
He's trying to feed in for the drinking game.
Yeah.
That goes on.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Strangers in Paradise, issue number 1, the second print. I love both this and the first print. Love this storyline. Love Terry Moore. Still need to get a first print of number 1 and a first appearance of Francine and Kachu in the furry book. I'm on the look for both of them. What is the second print so hot for all of a sudden?
Okay. So, all right. So this is going to blow your mind. All right. So this came out in like 93, 94, something like that. So think of other like indies from either early 90s, 80s, like Turtles, Bone, you know, all those. The second prints, third prints, they all sell, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them that have been graded. This one sold at a CGC 9.8. It is the first 9.8 sale ever. There is one. There is only one 9.8 of this in existence.
Nice.
One. That's it.
Tough, bro.
And it sold this week for the first time ever.
How much?
$200.
$135.
Not bad.
Now,
That's not bad. I would,
For a
you know,
pop one?
I feel like that's kind of low. I would make a move there. I like
Because
that
there's
all
just
black
no-
cover too.
yeah,
like,
there's none.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. That when I saw that, I was like, wow, I had no idea that there was
This
no
cover,
other.
dude, I hate to interrupt you, but I'm just now thinking about it. Every time I look at this cover, I'll just sit here and look at it, and I always look at what's the chick in the back. Is her name Francine? I can't remember the chick in the chicken. There's her Kachu. I can't remember which one is which, but the way she's looking at the blonde-haired girl is he hit that so perfectly. The way she's kind of just like looking at her, you can tell she's kind of crushing on her. She's got that red under, like the blushing. Like that's a perfect look for an artist for a comic book artist to draw, to where you immediately notice that. It's a great cover. Killer.
I thought you were looking at the 6-pack on the wall. Is what I thought you were looking at.
I wonder who those paintings are based after. Yeah. $135 for a 9.8. I'll buy that every day for this book. That's for sure.
I'm looking.
But how do you know? It's the first one that's ever sold.
Exactly.
So how do you know?
Yeah.
I'm looking at a very large online retailer that we all know. They got 2 copies and they're not even consigned, and they're selling them. One is mid grade and the other one's VF80. $270 and $355 raw.
For a second print?
No, this is for the first print, number 1.
Yeah.
First print?
Yeah, super rare to find those. I only know one person that's ever found one in the wild. Big Leg.
I was gonna say, was it a big lake?
Yeah.
Is this one's second print?
Yeah, this one's second print.
This
yeah.
was
So they have the same one, but it's a lot less. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's I love this book. I wish I could find number 1. I mean, 198. That's a dream come true.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. 200 watching live. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button. We've got The Ballad of Foot Rot Flats by Murray Ball. This is another graphic novel. I guess this Ballad of Foot Rot Flats is a famous comic strip. Does that sound right?
That sounded right. That was kind of what I was. I didn't know much about this either, but that when I saw foot rot, or it's either foot trot or like foot trot or foot rot. I don't really know. But yeah, I saw like a comic strip type thing.
It says here that Foot Rot Flats has been enjoyed by people from all walks of life for many years. While it helps a bit to have some farming background, the strip is essentially about a man and his sheepdog, set against the backdrop of what that is probably most familiar to New Zealanders and Australians. It could be any place where a few animals gather together to amuse, torment, and baffle their human counterparts. The strips first appeared in the Evening Post newspaper in 1976 in Australia, I believe, but I could be wrong. Murray reckoned that the dog in the very first cartoon looked, quote, emaciated, saucer-eyed, narrow-nosed, and an unhinged jaw and a tongue like a chewed necktie. But the characters developed, and Murray's daily cartoons went on to appear in over 200 papers in New Zealand and Australia. So there you go. Major series.
AOA is making fun of us. He's saying it's Foo Trot.
Foo Trot. Okay, Foo Trot. Well, I know Shane Sterry is from Australia. He might be in the comments. If there's anybody else from Australia in the comments, let us know if this is a much beloved, it could be like Calvin and Hobbes or something like that over there. Much beloved. It says here he stopped drawing it in 1995. So he retired the strip. And this is an interesting one. This is a graphic novel that came out in 96 after he quit drawing it. So it must reprint a bunch of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a very fine copy of this sold this week for $90.
There you go. Not bad.
I like the cover. I like the cover a lot.
Yeah. I like it too. I like it a lot. All right. Moving on. This is gorgeous. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 12, The Reckoning, Issue number 2, Noto Ultra Rare Variant. That's what this is called. Have fun writing that down very quickly. But it is a beautiful Phil Noto cover that goes under a lot of people's radar.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, because I don't really know. This was Dark Horse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Dark Horse doesn't do they don't do they don't do very minimum. I mean, I guess they've had a few incentives, but if you look on my comic shop, this is listed as just a C cover or something like that. I'm not sure if it's C or D or something. I don't know what it is, but apparently this must be really hard to find because this sold for $100 for a Buffy.
I'm not surprised. It's tough. I imagine it's tough to find. Yeah. It says it's an ultra rare variant. That's what they call it.
I don't know. The last one that I saw sold was a year ago for $20. So I'm not sure why it sold for $100. Maybe it's just that hard to find. I don't know.
Noto, during this run, did so many fantastic covers, man. And this one is kind of it's okay. But he did so many, just on the regular A cover. If there was a B, but it doesn't surprise me that it's ultra rare. There couldn't have been what was it? What was it? A 1 in 25, 1 in 50?
It doesn't say on my comic shop. It doesn't have anything listed as a as an incentive. And like I said, it was Dark Horse, so Dark Horse doesn't really do. They've done it, like I said, they've done it a few times with Hellboy, but not much else.
It's beautiful.
I don't know. If anybody's got it, cool.
I love the ghost that's going around them, and the tail of the ghost is tailing off behind them. That's a cool design, and how he's got. Is their name Widow? I can't remember the young redhead girl.
Yeah,
Willow. Yeah. I love how she's in that little small circle there. That's cool. Great design.
The Bandcamp girl.
She stuck a flute in her pussy.
Thank you. I got a funny story about that one time. So back when I used to work in the space and defense world, we had
hold it. How do you have a segue into a story about that?
Because we're sick.
Yeah, so we had a new manager put in to be our manager that had no idea what we did or who we were, and the first couple months that he managed us, he wanted all the engineers to go in his office and talk to him, and so there was 3 of us that went in to talk to him, and he was just standing there practicing his golf putt and swing the whole time, and he'd just be like, oh yeah, okay, and he wasn't even paying attention. And my buddy who caught on to it he asked him the question he goes, and what else? And my buddy goes, yeah, and then when I was 14, I stuck a flute in my pussy. And he just goes, and we both look at each other oh my God. dude. Like, and it was so hard not to laugh and walk. It was like the fun. I swear to God, it happened. I witnessed it. It was the hardest thing not to laugh. And immediately when he said that, we did everything we could to end that meeting, get out there. As soon as we walked out and rounded the corner, we laughed for like 5 minutes. It was one of the funniest things. Oh my God, dude. But he totally caught on. The dude wasn't paying attention at all. And he took a major chance to say that in front of his new manager, you know? Oh, it was good
for him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's my story about that. Have fun with it.
That's funny.
Moving on.
So this one time at band camp.
Yeah. Moving on.
Oh, okay. Before Brian shows this one probably needs a disclaimer. Like this is I don't know what is going on here.
I do. Lots of drugs, good drugs. Superfly issue number 1 from Michael Hunt Publications or Mike Hunt Comics. Classic. This is by Mike Diana is the real name, from 1993. I don't know much about it, but I love that publication name. Michael Hunt Publications or Mike Hunt Comics. Classic. Great skull cover, really damn trippy skeleton, good art. Love the flying skull too. Like, man, that is gnarly right there. That's a crazy. I don't know anything about this other than it looks hilarious. Yeah, it looks like an
I can't figure out. Man, it is like the cover is so messed up.
So how about this one? This is kind of rough. Mike Diana is the first cartoonist ever to be convicted of obscenity in the United States. Superfly number 1 was his first comic after being jailed on the obscenity charge. So there you go. Yeah. He was the first. I don't know what the obscenity was for. I don't know if I want to look it up, but we'll take a look. Yeah, it says he was the first to be convicted of obscenity charges.
So he beat NWA. YeeZee.
Yeah. Yeah. It says Diana began drawing comics in high school, influenced by the macabre subject matter such as Topps ugly stickers, wacky packages, and creature feature cards. Later known basically as Garbage Pail Kids, right? All the Garbage Pail Kids we love. Yeah. Publications that he drew inspiration from included Heavy Metal, Creepy, Eerie, Plop, and Swamp Thing from Bernie Wrightson, as well as Jack Davis. He also enjoyed underground comics, which he describes as sick. Shout out to our boy Economics and Comics. Sick. He also enjoyed visiting Salvador Dali museums, and yeah, you can kind of see that. Looks pretty interesting. So it says here that in 91, a California law enforcement officer came into possession of one of his comics, parts of which reminded him of the then unsolved Gainesville student murders in Florida. Copies of the books were also found in the possession of a suspect in that case, which brought the publication to the attention of the FBI. Later that year, a few days before Christmas and after Mike Diana had sent out a few copies of the just published Boiled Angel number 6, FBI agents showed up at his mother's house, and they showed him a copy of that issue, told him that he was a suspect in the Gainesville murder case, and requested a blood sample from him. The test results ruled him out, so the FBI forwarded their information on his comics to the sheriff's department, which he had gotten brought up for on
Mike Hunt, serial killer.
Yeah. Says here it says in 1992, the state's assistant attorney, Stuart Baggish, later came across the books and sent him a certified letter that said he was being charged with obscenity for publishing the material, once for distributing it, and once for advertising it. So 3 charges of obscenity in this case. Yeah. So there you go. Interesting. Little facts like that. Yeah, they make these comics, these rare comics, kind of cool. But
shit, now I'm afraid to buy one. You know what I mean? Like, they'll think I killed some people in Florida.
Yeah, right. So it says he testified for over 3 hours to explain his art to the jury, and the judge denied his request to enter into evidence a stack of his old underground comics, which Diana wished to illustrate that he was not doing anything unprecedented. That's interesting. So after a week-long trial, the jury found him guilty after deliberating for 90 minutes, making Diana the first artist to be convicted of obscenity in the United States. So there you go.
Joe, so you don't want a bunch of like Mike Hunt searches on your Google?
Absolutely, absolutely not,
dude. I know a guy whose name is Michael Hunt, and we've interviewed him before on the podcast, and he goes by Michael, obviously. So
Right.
Yeah. He kind of has to. It's kind of rough otherwise, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, how much did this sell for again?
A CGC 9.4 sold for $75.
Wow. I wonder how many of these are out there. I wonder how many of these he printed. It's a crazy cover.
Yeah.
So, all right. Moving on. This is an interesting one that I saw this week during my market report that I don't remember ever seeing, and if I've seen before, I forgot about. Friday Foster, issue number 1 from Dell. This is the first appearance of, I believe, an African American woman superhero. I could be wrong about that, but I believe it's right. And Hood, I believe you said you pressed a copy of this for one of our favorite artists.
Yeah, art by Fitz.
Yeah, man.
So I believe we got a 9.4 or a 9.6 on this. So
yeah, this is
it's pretty rare book.
Yeah,
in high grade.
Yeah. So and it's sold for $460 for a raw near mint minus copy.
Wow.
So, yeah. So there you go. And then moving on, Robin Hood, the Saks 34th promo book that was given out to Saks 34th, I guess it was called 34th back then instead of Saks 5th, given out to customers of the store. It was a free promo giveaway, and another crazy raw copy, very good this time, sold for $1,134. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So this is just like a JCPenney catalog?
Yeah, but a comic, basically just a freebie that they gave away to their customers probably walking in the door or something. Nightwatch says...
Saks is on 34th Street.
There we go. So it's still there. Nightwatch says, you are right. Friday Foster is the first black woman hero to have her own title in comics. That's super cool. That's a beautiful cover, too. Great design. Old school Dell 15 center. So, but yeah, and I love these promo books. Always love these promo books. So that is the Almost 10, you guys. As you guys, love these great lists every week. You can also find the replay the following week. I do a nice little review before the Hot 10 every week on my channel, Beyond Wednesdays. You guys can find my channel by looking in the links below. And yeah, all kinds of great stuff. Not only can you find all the new content that I put out, we do a show every Wednesday and every Saturday night. Saturday night, we have Modern Comic Mayhem. Wednesday night, we have the Wednesday night review. I also do a show called The Bogcast with my best friend every Thursday night. I just got done doing an interview with him talking about the whole Black Riding Hood and Comicsgate stuff that recently happened the last couple of weeks. So I want to do a big shout out and thank you for my homie Keith and my best friend in the world for let me do that. And if you guys want to hear more on my thoughts about that whole thing, go check out the podcast. Shout out to all 200 plus of the new subscribers on Beyond Wednesdays in the last month. So really appreciate you. And even more, I appreciate all the positive comments that I've been getting and the negative ones, but the positive ones totally outweigh the negative ones. So thank you for everybody that rocks with us over on Beyond Wednesdays. Let's get into it. the Hot 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Starting off with our honorable mention, Golden Age honorable mention, The Eagle, issue number 3 from Fox Comics, 1941. Look at that beautiful cover, man. That's a cool cover.
I don't know. It's a first appearance of somebody. I don't know. I don't know who these characters are from the 40s, but trying to look at it on my phone here to see what the cover.
I love the way the Eagles look as the logos on their chests. I love the like American flag capes. I think that's, and it has the shield right underneath the eagle, and they're fucking up a bunch of Nazis. So, yeah, go with it.
And it's so weird.
Did y'all ever watch The Last Boy Scout?
Yeah.
Yes. Hell yeah.
With Bruce Willis.
Yeah. So would this be the first Boy Scout then?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, no more coffee before shows.
Yeah. The
I always look at these these old comics that had a lot of this stuff about about Nazis and Japan and all this stuff. And I think of some of the comics that come out now that are somewhat political or whatever, but I wonder if 75 years in the future, if they're going to look at those, one, and be like, who was that? But two, if they're going to look at it and be like, oh, that was the mental state of society back in the early 21st century. I just wonder if that's going to be the same thought process.
I think it all depends on the conversations that either continue or get stifled, right, in the future, and whether or not they can look back upon history as easy as we can now. Like back in the days before the internet, like you had to rely on what somebody told you as being history. You couldn't immediately go look at what's going on live. I mean, we can right now go look at what's going on live in any part of the country, almost anywhere, and see it for our own eyes without having to be there. Whereas in the past, you had to be told by somebody, right? And you could
read it in a newspaper or whatever.
And even the people in the newspaper, as we know now, the media tells you what they want to tell you depending on their ideology. But because we have the internet and social media, you can go and find the information for the most part, and a lot of the information is still, levied one way or the other. But that's important. You want to hear all that conversation in order to form your own opinion. So it all depends on how the internet continues or how that information is put out to people, I think. That's a great point, Stein. It's very interesting.
I'm looking at some of the comments, and like I see, like, hi, Nathan says, will there be anybody to even look back?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, that's a frightening thought. And there's been like so many, apocalyptic movies and comics and books and all that stuff, and predictions. And it feels like it could happen. It really does with the way we're going and as fast as we're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean,
it feels like we could seriously
like tap into the Matrix in like two years from now or something like that, or even relive like Ready Player One, something like that.
Yeah, something. Everybody has so much information that you almost feel like at some point nobody's going to have any information because there's too much. You have too much information, and now we don't even know what to do with it. And we're already kind of in that spot. We don't really know what is true, what's not true anymore. We're just hearing a bunch of information fed to us. We don't really know if it's there or right or wrong, or can't even make a decision anymore. I could see in 75 years there may not be internet in 75 years because it may destroy us all. Who knows?
AI will just feed us that information.
Right. Like Wall-E or something like that. Like we'll all be just sitting in our little chairs, scooting around, and
Hell yeah,
having-
I'm down. I can't wait for my floating chair. Like, if I don't get a hoverboard, I want a fucking floating chair.
I love it. I'm looking at the chat and I see our boy Tomb has jumped in. Shout out to Tomb. Make sure you guys are following Tomb on IG. Tomb World on IG does great art and one of the best people I know. Good dude. And I see him and Hi Nathan talking back and forth to each other. Where Hi Nathan says that Tomb's baby pictures are incredible. So Tomb, where are these baby pictures? Like, I don't see them on your IG, brother. Let's see them. All right. Now that we've embarrassed Tomb a little bit, let's move on. How much did this sell for?
Actually, within the last 2 weeks, 2 copies of this sold, and which are it's very strange because this is pretty rare. But a CGC 5 sold for 4,100, and a CGC 6.5 sold for 7,500. Both of those sales are the highest sales ever for this book in any grade.
Wow. There you go. All right. Moving on to our regular honorable mention this week. Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 3, the Yasmin Putri character sheet, 1 in 25 variant. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Came out last year, right? Beginning of January 2022. January 2022, beginning of 2022.
Yeah, so maybe you can tell, because I don't remember even this thing coming out, but
Neither do I.
What's the deal with the background and what is the character sheet?
It looks like one of maybe the DC was trying to do a TCG game or something, because it looks like their strength points, their speed points, their agility points. You know what I mean? So that it's giving all
where
their...
it's like a D&D character sheet.
Yes.
Wasn't this a storyline?
Yeah, medieval times type of thing.
Where Batman and Superman were like half brothers or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Was it this story?
I
Someone
don't
in the
think so,
chat
but I know
was.
what you're talking about. James Kreider says the 1 in 25s for these had D&D style character sheet incentives. So that's a big deal. That's something that is very good to know. You might want to be on the lookout for that if that's true, because D&D fans will want to pick those up.
Oh, RPG stats. That's a good way to put it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us really knew much about this. What I could kind of tell was the last couple sales were like in the $40 to $50 range, and this week it sold for $75. So,
wow!
Welcome, JDB. Welcome, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
Gary
the
Brown
9.8
might have
level. JDB joined the 9.8 level. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. So, I like this. I think this is a great book to talk about, and a lot of people probably don't know about these character sheet variants. So I'm not surprised that James Kreider, though. He's definitely one of the people I would expect to know about a cool book that we don't. So, yeah, very, very cool. What was the sale on this? The sales numbers on this again?
75 now.
75. Not bad.
Yep.
Not bad. All right, 202 watching. Hit that thumbs up, you guys, if you like what you're watching, you enjoy the content we put out. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Those are the 2 things that help us the most. And thanks for all the members who have joined tonight. Let's get into the list. At spot number 10 this week, Howard the Duck, issue number 1, the Scotty Young variant. This just came out this week.
Yeah, lots of sales on this one. It was, not huge, $8 to $10, but there was a lot of sales on this. And Hood's got him a copy, and he's gonna translate what Lord Howard's talking to us about there.
Wow. What does it say?
Disney Plus sucks.
That's
how
sweet! I was right about a storyline.
Yeah.
Do you know how awesome that would actually be if it said Disney Plus sucks?
Somebody would have been fired already.
Wouldn't that be the greatest walk-off to get fired with, though?
Yeah.
If you just wanted to quit, be like, I'm just going to do that. That would be so hilarious.
Or if you snuck it onto one of those Disney 100th anniversary covers.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, like, cause you remember how there's always rumors that the Disney artists like drew hidden stuff into like whatever, like the hidden dick in Little Mermaid cover. Yeah.
What? It's a recalled variant.
Is
It is?
I don't think so. Is this recalled?
I don't know. I got all my copies from my LCS.
I don't know. There was a ton of sales, but
Oh no, he's talking about Dark Knight's Steel.
Oh.
Was it recalled?
Oh,
I don't think so. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe there was a recalled variant. Who knows? Yes, sir. Issues 1 through 3 had the Dark Knights of Steel.
Oh, he's making a joke.
Oh, he's making a joke. Okay. The Disney sucks is recalled variant. Lol. Okay, I get it now. If it was.
We're slow. We're very, very slow.
Lol.
So, nice book to pick up. I think a lot of people realized that this was a smart book to pick up. What was it selling for in the stores? Cover price?
Yeah, I bought it for cover.
No, nice.
And I think, what is it, the 40th anniversary of Howard the Duck or something like that?
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, is it the Howard the Duck month or something like that, where he has a bunch of covers?
Probably. So, all right. Moving on to the number 9 spot, Invincible issue number 11, The Origin of Omni-Man. Is on the list. Nice to see an origin book getting hot, but classic cover right here. I know the season 2 is started, right? They started season 2.
Yes,
and
it's good.
Also Omni-Man is in the new Mortal Kombat game as a playable character. So
yeah, a few weeks ago I actually started. I binged season 1 and then got all the way caught up on season 2. I'd never read the comics. The show's really good.
Did you watch that Adam and Eve?
That was excellent.
Yeah.
I'm actually really kind of surprised, and I told the guys backstage last week. I went to one store on Black Friday, and they had like showcase or wall books were 35% off, and they had an Invincible 1 first print in there, and it would have brought the price down to like four something, like $4.10 or something, with the discount, and I should have just bought it.
9A candidate?
I don't know. I didn't even take it out of the case.
Okay.
I wasn't really looking to spend $400, but
as Richie would say, do it.
I should have just pulled the trigger, but I didn't. But this one 9/8 are back up to 425. Raws are 200 plus now on this one. Now maybe you guys can tell me something a little bit different, because I don't know like the origins of this, and I know Invincible like crossed over into Supreme, right?
Yes.
So
Omni-Man did.
There was, like he was on the cover, right, with like issue like 58 or 59 or whatever it was, one of the really, really late issues. But there's an Omni-Man in Supreme that's way before Invincible number 1. Is that not the same Omni-Man?
I don't think so, but that's a great question.
I don't know the answer to that.
Like, did Kurt? Because it didn't look like him, but he's called Omni-Man. I don't know. Did Kirkman like? And he was in Supreme, I was like, well, he's in Supreme later, like the current version of him. I'm just kind of confused as to.
He appears in. It says here, Omni-Man is a fictional character. Yeah, that appears in Supreme Story of the Year. The superhero Supreme draws the adventures of Omni-Man. Omni-Man's secret identity is Spencer Sampson. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. That's interesting.
Like, I don't know if he's named Nolan in that older issue of Supreme. I just thought it was kind of strange that there was an Omni-Man in Supreme back in the late 90s.
Number 53, he goes by Omni-Man without the dash. But as Omni-Man with the dash, it's Invincible number 1. Supreme number 53 is where he shows up without the dash. So it must be the same character.
Yeah, but see, that was like in the late 90s. But and it didn't look like him. Like I went like online
96,
and just tried to
96, 97. Same character.
Yes, but it's not. But it didn't look like him. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they called him Nolan, if he like had a totally different name. I just don't know if Kirkman like stole him or something like that.
It says here, check this out. So it says, Omni-Man was first introduced in Alan Moore's and Chris Sprouse's Supreme Story of the Year in '96, in which the titular Supreme in his civilian identity of Ethan Crane would illustrate the adventures of Omni-Man. So he was drawing Omni-Man. Robert Kirkman would officially introduce the Omni-Man as the father of his character in the comic series Invincible, redesigned by Cory Walker and Ryan Ottley as a black-haired, mustachioed man compared to his Supreme design of a blonde hair and clean-shaven face. So there you go.
That is cool.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. That 67 is a tough book, man. Be on the lookout. All right. Moving on. At number 8, Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 12, the 1 in 25 variant that just came out.
I don't know about you guys, but I love these kind of books where there's a lot of like blank space and then just like a little tiny character that's like floating through the air or something like that. Yeah, I love those kind of books for some reason. They just look like somebody's looking out their window or something from a distance or something. I don't know.
I like the Silver Surfer ones too.
Right.
He's small.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. This one just came out. It's selling for $35.
Nice.
There we go.
Who just joined?
Louis Olivo. Shout out to Louis.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, Louis?
Yeah, AOA. Appreciate you. All right, moving on to number 7. The Sentry, issue number 1, which we saw on the list recently, and it's seen an interesting couple sales, right, Stein?
Yeah, so I was talking to the guys before the show. So when we were on 2 weeks ago, news had just hit that day about Sentry. And 9/8 went up to like 300. Then basically kind of over the next 2 weeks up until now, there was a bunch of sales between like 350 and 400 until today when there was a 250 sale. So it was really kind of confusing. I didn't really know what to do with it. But I thought it was the sales of, I don't know if that 250 was a complete outlier. I think it might be, but it's hard to tell. There was, like I said, there were several in the 350 to 400 range. So those were up from the 300 from 2 weeks ago. So you guys can make your own decision whether it's up or not up.
It sounds up to me. It sounds like that one low sale was just somebody got lucky.
Outlier or ended. Well, what I'm saying is my assumption is it ended at a weird time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could be.
Those outliers are really difficult. Not just for, I mean, they're difficult on both ends on the low end and the high ends. You know, they're hard for buyers and sellers to try and come up with a real value of what some of these collectibles, not just in comics but in anything, but things actually sell for, or what the value actually is. It's hard to judge sometimes what things are actually worth.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. That's why we always say the market decides, right? That's always the big thing.
Yeah.
And the market's showing that this book is still hot. And I think I said something about it on the list at the time. We'll see if this continues to gain a little bit of heat when we start seeing shots or screenshots or short little clips of Stephen Yeun as the Sentry, which sounds very interesting at this point to me. Like I'm looking forward to it because I love this character, and I'm always up for an actor to really just shine instead of ruining it. So like even if it's a weird casting thing, I'll still give it a chance. So I'm going to give this one a chance because I'm such a big fan of the Sentry. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right. Moving on. At the number 6 spot, one of the best covers of the year. It's going to be in cover of the year selection. Captain Marvel number 2, the Sway variant, which came out 2 weeks ago, I believe now. Absolutely gorgeous. They killed it. Every part of this they killed. The little design stuff around the barcode and the Marvel and the issue number, they made that look good down in the bottom left corner. Keep it out of the way. Throw those little design elements around it. The Captain Marvel trade dress behind her, and Sway kills it on almost every cover he does.
Yeah, look, she's
beautiful.
She got a wrench too.
Yes, she does.
A plumber's wrench.
She's probably a mod. So
yeah, she's a mod.
Yeah,
that's Haley Steinfeld, man.
Yeah, big time. And you showed that how much it looks like it on your IG with that post.
Yeah.
You made.
So like, I couldn't believe that book was on the wall, and like my buddy, he owns LCS here in town, and I took 2 of those books and I said, no, it's like you get that feeling where like this book looks important. Like she does a lot of shows, a lot of cons. Like this is a book I see that Haley Steinfeld signs and goes for decent money.
Her
Like,
autograph prices aren't outrageous either.
Nah, like 250, 300, like, but it's not out of this world. But like, that's a book you hold on to, let it just marinate and see how this Young Avengers plays out. And she did get the after credit scene with Kamala Khan, and so we'll see how this plays out. But she's a rising star, and she had her own show.
Yeah, so. I think it's a good character. I hope they stick with it, and we'll see how the writing plays out, which obviously they are with the Young Avengers thing. So there we go. Igor says the Comic Mint had a 5-pack for this. Ooh, whoever bought that, congrats. So
I bought 18 copies.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Her autograph starts at 125, says Adam over at Awesome Sauce Radio.
But it's sold out everywhere. And so I said, fuck it. I'm just going on eBay. I'm going to buy me a shitload of copies. And I'm just going to slab a whole bunch of them, just put them away.
Yeah.
But that's
so
me.
Rainbow says this isn't Kate Bishop. Who is this?
This isn't Kate Bishop?
You have 18 copies. Read one.
Hood just lost his dog. This isn't
Kate Bishop? This isn't Kate Bishop. It's the same outfit as Kate Bishop, bro.
Trying to look. Somebody's hold on.
Well, hey, if Lucas is
Real
saying
Fake says it's a new character.
Lucas is saying no, it's not, and that's very interesting. If it's not,
man, I bought these from Lucas. What are you talking about?
Wow.
I just got them in. They're nice and minty, Lucas. Thank you.
By the way, you guys, shout out to Drunken Chat. We'll be sending everybody on over to Drunken Chat immediately following this episode.
If it is a new character and it's not her, why did they put Haley Steinfeld's face on the cover?
Yeah, that's interesting. Lucas says it's a negative banned character. Well, I guess you guys, we're all going to have to jump on Drunken Chat later on tonight to see what they say
What's
about
what
it.
is that? Negative band. Y'all are using big words. What's going
Yuna
on?
Yang. First appearance of Yuna Yang is what
Does
Ernie's
that
saying.
look like a Yuna Yang on the cover?
It looks like Kate Bishop, but it could be. I mean, I don't. It doesn't not look like a Yuna Yang. I
Okay,
don't know
Haley
what Yuna
Steinfeld
Yang.
is the new Yuna Yang.
She's
take a
a
look.
she's a plumber superhero. Come on.
It's not Psylocke.
Yeah, that's what everybody thought, right? So it's Yuna Yang. Let me look in here.
Second
It looks
appearance.
nothing like. Yeah, it looks nothing like. The cover looks nothing like the character in here.
Well, yeah. What's it selling for right now? It was a cover price book, and it's selling for
Yeah, now it's like 8 to 15.
not bad. Yeah, I saw like $14 sales and stuff like that. Shout out to still only 35 cents. Great avatar.
I like it.
Well, the book is moving though.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
It's because everybody thinks it's the wrong character.
Hey, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna get Haley. I'm gonna go to a show and get Haley Steinfeld to sign a couple.
She won't know. She won't know.
Yeah. Oh, look, they drew you, Yuna Yang.
Shout out to Billy from Economics and Comics, who also says first appearance is #1 of this series, and this is her first cover appearance. And by the way, Billy at Economics and Comics has done us a solid, and we have some giveaways to give away because of him. And he also has a new book coming out that we're going to talk about with him and hopefully the artist tomorrow night on Beyond Wednesdays. But again, much love to Economics and Comics. You guys go check out his new variant there. It's called The Madness #6. A nice little homage that we're going to be talking about tomorrow night Beyond Wednesdays. And I think we're going to have to do a giveaway based on the comments tonight. So anybody that comments, not in the live chat, but comments on the Hot 10 Show video tonight, we're going to give our giveaway to those people for tomorrow night. So if you guys want to win this great
Billy's
book,
in the chat. Does that look like Yuna Yang or does that look like Haley Steinfeld? Hey, do you have that picture on the IG that I sent you?
yeah, it's on the it's on
Brian,
right now. Let me see if I can
pull-
find it.
Pull it up, man.
Let me see if I can find
If
it.
you tell me
so-
if that looks like Yuna Yang.
So, real quick fact about the Munch Scream painting.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that's the most stolen painting in the world?
No, this
It's been
one
st-
is?
It, yeah, that the original painting of that is the most stolen. Like what it's homage of.
Yeah,
That's the most stolen.
Edvard Munch.
Yeah, so they don't know if the actual painting they have in like a museum is the
Is
real
the
one
real
or
one?
not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
That's
is
how many
cool.
times it's been stolen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. I love shit like that. All right, Hood, you went and put this on your thing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was stolen and recovered. It's been stolen and recovered several times though. Like
So
Get
it's,
your
go
picture.
down. No, I think I just sent it to you.
Okay. All right. Let me see if we can find this while everybody's waiting. Shout out to Heroes Reborn that just dropped a $1.99 super chat. He said, "When guys don't read their comics." Hey, man, that's definitely something we have been very honest about. Half the
Hey,
time,
man, I'm back
don't-
and board that shit.
we don't know what these books are, man. That's why you go listen
slight
to.
spine stress will make you do that. You know,
That's why
That's
you
what-
go listen to Billy at Economics and Comics for his great little rundowns on what these are, because he reads every book, and that is tough to
or
do.
even Lucas.
Yeah, or even Lucas on Drunken Chat. Yeah.
You know.
Yuna Yang
Stein-
is Haley Steinfeld. Einhorn is Finkel.
Stein, how many books
Simon.
have you read this week?
Oh, I guess I did technically read that that Supreme book because I was trying to figure out if that was like the same Omni-Man or not. So I did read that one, but that was from 1996, so that's a bit old. But
All right, so for
Oh
everybody
man, I
wondering
read
why,
two.
this is why Hood went down the rabbit hole he went down.
It's her.
Yeah, looks very close.
her jawline's not the same.
Shout out to Big Remo.
It's the angle, bro. It's the angle.
Shout out to Big Remo, who's also you can catch on Drunken Chat. Says, I ain't read a book in 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's funny.
Do audiobooks count?
Yeah, right? Oh, boy. Well, it's a great cover, and it's selling for 3 times the buy-in, it sounds like. So, Nightwatch says, bruh, y'all hella reaching. What do you mean? That's a gorgeous cover.
Nah, man. This is my spec for me. I'm not telling y'all to buy it. Like, this is for me. This is all about me. This is my purchase. Don't buy this book so that I can have them all.
Well, if you have them, it might be a good one to get graded and maybe throw a $100 price tag on and see if you can get some people to jump in on it. So there you go.
I just thought it was a great cover. That was my whole play on it.
I think it's a killer cover, dude. I think it's, like I said, it's up for cover of the year. What do they call that? Not category, but it's one of the ones that we will look at. For
Mark
cover.
my words, I will have a yellow label with Haley Steinfeld's signature on it. Mark my words.
Have her inscribed as Yuna Yang.
Something. I'll come up with something. I'll get her to write the word Yuna on there.
Well,
Unibrow.
This was a really tough week for speculation, man. To be honest, it was a really tough week to find books that were doing well, right, Stein?
Oh, for sure. This was one of those really, really rough. I think a lot of people spent a lot of their money at Black Friday.
Yeah.
And we're not. It's already a slow time of year, but then with everything else just dumping,
Money into collectibles is probably not the move right now. For a lot of people.
No.
Yeah. You're probably right. So,
hey, you guys want to buy some Captain Marvel #2s?
Just
for
start
$14. Yeah.
That was funny because Lucas jumped in and I was like, and I got my package in the mail and I saw Fashina and I was like, hey, it's Lucas. I didn't know I bought from his store. I should have smashed the corners and I go, you son of a bitch.
You should have just messaged him directly.
Let's get into the top 5, you guys. We've got 207 watching live right now, and we have 110 likes. Let's get a couple extra thumbs up on there, you guys, if you like what we're doing over here, and sub up if you're not subbed up. Of course, thank you to everybody who's already done both of those things, and thank you to all the new members, to the members-only group. Let's get into the top 5. At the number 5 spot this week, a beautiful Green Arrow variant. This is issue number 6. I'm going to say this wrong, Homari 1 in 25. Is that right?
Sure.
It's
I don't
gorgeous. That's all I know. That is, man, there's been some really good Black Canary covers lately.
Very true.
Yeah. Is that an art germ on the background?
I don't think so. This could be another one of Art Germ's proteges, right? Doesn't he have like a team of them?
Because I swear it looks like her face on the yellow background looks like an art germ.
Space Crime. Thank you for
art germ pose.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like you're selecting a character from a fighting game, like Street Fighter or something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. This one's selling for $40, so doing decent.
That's Taylor Swift. That's funny.
$40 for a 1 in 25.
Yes.
Not bad.
Now I've got to look and see if I can find. I see. Look, other people. See.
Yeah, I thought it was Art Germ too, says Igor.
Okay, I think it is.
It looks like Haley Steinfeld.
It's Hawkeye on the ground.
Yeah. Moving on to number 4, you guys. Marvel Zombies, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 2, the Perillo 1 in 100 of Captain America as a zombie, which is gorgeous, but it ain't no Arthur Sidem zombie art, that's for sure.
Anytime we can make McClay talk about Sidem is like a good day.
In a positive light, right?
In a positive light. That's always
Hey,
Yeah.
did you get your money back from the Perillos there?
No,
McClay?
they have another. She asked me to wait till after the holidays, and she would make it right. So I said okay.
Nice.
So after the holidays, I'll update everybody on the Carla Cohen Lucio Perillo mystery box that I basically didn't get what was offered, and they're supposed to make it up to me. So we'll see what that turns out to be. So.
You're gonna end up
just
with
let
like an
me-
OA piece or something.
You
like
let
that.
me know. You let me know after the holidays if they haven't made it right.
I will. We'll send Red Hood on them if they haven't.
I will troll those bastards till the end of time, dude.
They're gonna wake up with a horse head in their bed or something
Yeah.
like that.
I've got a lot of great ideas.
Oh man, that's funny. What's going on here? What's this one selling for? It's a 1 in 100.
Yeah, 120 to 125. There is a trade dress of this that's like cover price. So if you don't want to spend $125, just buy the cover one with the trade dress.
The trade dress one isn't too bad. I like it. I actually like it more than the 1 in 100. So I would suggest buying it. Let me go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. All the covers for this they're not as good as Arthur Sidem Marvel Zombie covers, but they're good. Here's the trade dress version of it. Really, really nice. The way they.
I like the trade dress version better.
So do I, dude. So do I.
The face looks clearer and everything. Like
Yeah.
you can actually make out with.
Yeah. Yep. And then the variant by the 1 in 10 Corey Smith variant is a really nice homage to Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Beautiful. And then this one's really good. The Greg Land 1 in 50 is also pretty good. It looks like a connecting variant, I imagine. So
Yeah.
I like that one too. I don't know why, but I like them. I like them a lot. But number
I like
4,
connecting covers.
the 1 in 100 Perillo. And I agree with you. The trade dress is way better, but it's not as rare. Lord Zero agrees with us. He said, yeah, it pops more big time. So
We could buy all the copies and then make it rare, right? Is that how it works?
yes. Yes. That is how it works. You are correct, sir. You are correct. So sales again on this, Stein?
120 to 125.
120 to 125. All right. Moving on, we got the top 3 spots, you guys. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. 204 watching live. We have X-Men issue 164, first appearance of Miss Marvel as Binary. A classic X-Men storyline. I love this time in X-Men. Great cover. I've always loved the cover. And this character didn't really hit as much as I thought she would when we kind of got some of the information we got at the end of Marvels. But I'm hoping that it could be a big character, but I doubt it. It's probably more side character BS.
Yeah, as bad as the movie did at the box office, it's going to be tough, which I still think is unwarranted.
Did
me
you see
personally,
it?
But I did. I took me and my wife went. So yes, we went and saw it.
It's funny. I saw a really funny. These two guys that have a podcast. I don't know what their their YouTube show is, but they had a short where they're like podcasters in a room talking to each other, and they're talking about their review of Miss Marvel, and they're constantly going, "It was so great," and I think this was such a good job, and this and that. Even though I haven't seen it, you know what I mean? Like even though I haven't seen it, and everybody that's telling how great it is, even though I haven't seen it. And I just laugh because I've done that before too, you know what I mean? Even though I haven't seen it, it looks really good, But man,
Oh,
Yeah,
here's the real question: is it worth seeing in theaters?
No.
I mean, we saw it in IMAX, so I mean, I like seeing big movies on IMAX because the sound's better.
Oh, and then with all the space sequences. and
Yeah,
stuff
all the
like that.
space stuff out. Seeing it big, I like it. That's why I thought the criticism was probably somewhat unjustified, but unfortunately, I'm also, probably way more forgiving on a lot of movies just because I've seen so many movies that even bad movies I can still generally enjoy. So,
I talk to a lot of my friends and acquaintances that really aren't into comics and ask them, because they ask me all the time. I'm the comic guy. They always ask me, what did I think of a movie after they saw it? What does the comic guy think? So when we're all just shooting the shit, hey, I went and saw this. What do you think? And a lot of those guys that went and saw this movie that like aren't into comics, they all said similar things. They're always telling me that they can't stand, and this surprises me because it's what us comic fans love. They can't stand that in order to understand half the movie, you have to know what 3-4 other series happened in between it, that type of deal. And the continuity is too much. And we as comic fans, we want the continuity, but no, I guess you'd call them normies or just non-comic fans. They don't want that continuity. They don't want to have to watch every Marvel movie or series in order to understand points in this movie, which is a very interesting gripe, I guess, that I've never thought of before because I want the continuity so much as a comic fan.
Well, I mean, it's just like watching anything that has like a reference to something, like where if you're going into a prequel of a whatever TV show or even a sequel, right, and you didn't watch the original series, and then can you really get mad if you watch the sequel or prequel and then they make a reference to something that happens later? Can you get mad at that? I don't think you can, really. I mean, the joke's probably going to fly over your head or reference or whatever, but someone that's like really into that is going to appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, like Parker Lee says, normies don't have a context to reference, and I understand that. I get that big time. So, what are we seeing this selling for now?
CGC 9.8s back up to 300. They were like 2 to 225. So, I mean, not bad. I mean, and can somebody answer me this question? This is completely off topic. So, why is this considered like when was because like Uncanny X-Men was used way before the series actually changed over to Uncanny X-Men. Like it was still called X-Men, but it said it's Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
I'm not sure, but I know I used to remember. I always thought when I was a kid it was because they had the other X-Men series, but I remember, I mean, obviously that's not true, but because they were doing it way before. But that's a great question. Maybe they decided to start putting it in the Claremont Byrne run after the Lin Wein and Cochran run.
After the reprints or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 140 or something like that. Like then the series officially changed over to Uncanny X-Men, but it already said Uncanny X-Men on the title before that.
Well, when did that start? When did they start writing Uncanny? I remember when they changed the title. The trade dress was 49 to 50 because that's like first appearance of Polaris and then her second appearance with the green cover. But I don't think it says Uncanny. I think it just says X-Men.
It says, a note on the title of the series. The official publication name of this title was X-Men through the Silver Age and beyond. The title was not formally changed to Uncanny X-Men until issue 142. However, Marvel routinely refers to the entirety of this volume as Uncanny X-Men. As a result, Uncanny doesn't say really anything else. So there you go. That's interesting.
So 142 was the first issue to have that.
After Days of Future Past, right? 141,
well,
142.
141 was the first part of Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
And 142 was the second part.
No, it was. I know it was before. It was before that. There was.
Oh yeah, because 141 does say the uncanny
Well,
X-Men.
officially, they didn't officially change it
So
until
they changed it to-
142.
Yeah, but I was just generally asking when did they start putting uncanny in the title?
Oh yeah.
It's 94 they had it, which was the start of the Claremont run.
Maybe that's it. Maybe as soon as they stopped doing the reprints, they started. I know there's some X-Men fans that are screaming at us right now.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. It says Cockrum was supposed to be paid, and I think there was a dispute. I know he left, right? Him and Lynn Wein left, and what's their names took over. So, all right, you guys. I messed up and showed number 2 early, so let's get into it. Hercules, Twilight of a God, issue number 1. At number 2, this is the first appearance of Juno, who is the granddaughter of Hercules.
Yeah, and I guess we could probably just go ahead and combine 2 and 1 because it's pretty much the same.
Number 1 on the list tonight is Hercules, Twilight of God, issue number 4, where Juno becomes the new Herald of Galactus, a.k.a. the Silver Surfer. So,
Yeah, so number 1 was like a $5 book. Now it's a $20 book. Number 4 was like a $15 to $20 book. Now it's $35 to $40. And this is all centered around this thought that they're going to make Silver Surfer a woman.
yeah, which I don't buy for a second.
I don't either. I can't. I just can't. I mean, I know that they do some really dumb things, but there's like no way that they can introduce. There's no way that's going to happen. That would be really dumb.
You know, you remember how we had the rumor recently that Frankie Ray Nova was going to be in the movie, right? There was going to be the rumor was based on that there was going to be a female Herald of Galactus. And that Frankie Ray Nova book blew up. It was on the list the last couple weeks. And that's what I could see her playing. I could totally see her playing Frankie Ray Nova, and she's the female Herald of Galactus, because the Silver Surfer, Norrin Radd, has already left Galactus and is out doing his thing, trying to figure it out. And maybe this gives the opportunity to tell the story where Norrin Radd comes back to take on Galactus, right? But not as the Herald anymore. He's just the Silver Surfer. Whereas Frankie Ray Nova would be perfect casted as Anna Taylor-Joy, which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for the new Anna Taylor-Joy Furiosa, oh man, does it look good. It looks excellent.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Check that out.
yeah.
I'm still holding out hope that she comes back as Magic.
Oh, that would be amazing. I would die.
Because forget the whole movie, she was unbelievable as that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
the accent and everything too. Like,
yeah, I agree. She was great as that character and would be even better. But I really think she would be great as Frankie Ray Nova too. Keep It Thorough. Shout out to Keep It Thorough. He says, "Can't say never, Ben. They did introduce Hercules into the MCU courtesy of the shitty Love and Thunder." That is true. That is true.
Do you think she could be a Sue Storm?
I don't see why not, but I would rather her be a Frankie Ray Nova.
Okay.
So, and even like let's see here, still 35 cents says, but she can't have the Nova name. They need to save that for exactly Sam whatever Nova, which they'll eventually bring in. Maybe that's how they'll bring in the Nova thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they won't call her Nova. We'll see. I think it'd be a cool book or a cool character rather than we have to go through the whole Silver Surfer thing again. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to go through that again. You could just tell us that the Silver Surfer, I'm sure they could do a little thing where they explain how he needed a new Herald because the Silver Surfer left him and this and that, and that's why he chose her. And now she's the new Herald, and it would look amazing, that's for sure. That Frankie Ray Nova as the Herald of Galactus is a great character. Always love that character. Still on the lookout for the chrome shiny Bowen bust. So, yeah, good shit. But number 2 and number 1, this Juno character on the list this week. And my suggestion these are 2 great books, you guys, to pick up for cheap at your local shop if they have them, or in dollar bins, and sell them as soon as possible, like now. So
yeah, these would be good flips for sure.
These are the type of books that I love when it comes to speculation. These were always my favorite books to go and find, these weird ones that come out of nowhere and have these weird characters and that you can sell quickly. This will make it an easy, quick $50 on both of these books, because I imagine you can find, yeah, exactly, low-hanging fruit, says Tony, for sure. So, by the way, make sure you guys are following Tony's IG, eman_Tony_smokes. His post of that Peach Momoko Vamps and Werewolves book sent me on a rabbit hole that I'll be dropping a clip of soon. Great stuff from Tony's IG. So, good stuff, man. Very interesting list this week. Very slow on the speculation world, but at least we got two books at the top of the list that this is what speculation is all about, these type of books. So different world, different universe. The 8, I think they're calling it 869, Universe 869, where Juno is from, right? So I think that would be very interesting. Could totally play into this whole, what if Loki variant world galaxy thing. So you never know. We'll see what happens. All right. Much love to everybody that hung out with us tonight. Thank you to all 200 plus that hung out with us live. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check out the memberships. Stein, when are the Stein packs? When can we be expecting Stein packs?
They will go on sale next week. To members first, or the whatever the second level of the membership. It will go to them first, and then everybody else the following day.
Okay.
And that will be on IG.
And then before we go, I found the first time they used the uncanny on X-Men. 114 was the issue.
There we go.
When they started, for a while they were using all new, all different. And then they had the strangest teens of all as a title, like subtitle or pre-title.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
all new,
about.
all different. Yeah.
For everybody that's wondering what Stein is talking about, these memberships, here they are. You guys can find it. It says join next to the subscribe button below. These are the membership levels. He's got membership level 1, which is the 9.4. Membership level.
Well, those are just the badges.
Oh, okay.
But there's only 2 levels.
Okay. So the second level is where you can get the first access to the Stein packs. Everybody that are on the second level of the members only group, you can join in early on all the Stein packs, and I'm sure you're going to be keeping everybody updated on that as we go forward, right? So
yes,
make sure you guys are following Stein on his IG and, of course, here, and we'll keep everybody updated on all of our content. I also want to remind everybody to come hang out with us tomorrow night, Modern Comic Mayhem. Billy from Economics and Comics will be joining us for a short period of time to talk about the madness and his Edvard Munch homage cover, hopefully with artist in tow. So we'll be talking about that for a little bit. And, of course, Mayhem, like always. So 10 p.m. Eastern, you guys can see us over there. Check out all the links below. And much love to everybody out there. We'll see you soon. Peace.